What you doing out in these streets, slave rule? What you doing out in these streets? What you doing out? What you doing out? What you doing out in these streets? What you doing out in these streets, slave rule? We in these streets. Why aren't you a Springbok supporter?
Just the way that they play rugby isn't really attractive to me. Yeah, so...
Wow.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
It's not...
Explain for 5 marks what you just said.
Do you watch rugby like that?
Yeah.
Like, do you know, like, the finer details, the different styles of rugby?
Mm-hmm. So just explain why you feel it's not attractive.
I think in its simplest term, it's called skopenjag.
Oh, yeah. I get that.
Yes.
I get that. Completely get that.
Yeah, that's my biggest issue with the way that they play rugby. So I grew up watching a lot of New Zealand games because of my father, who's an All Black supporter. So just that brand of rugby that they played there.
Podcast over, bro. This is bullshit. We have a traitor in these streets, my people.
You can't call me a traitor, I'm
We
sure.
have a traitor in these streets. This guy isn't a patriot.
I'm sure.
I thought he was a patriot. I thought he loved Mzansi.
60% of the people that are in this community are probably All Black supporters.
I don't give a fuck about 60, 70. I don't give a fuck. It's 90%. This guy's wearing a box t-shirt underneath his hoodie. But yet he supports the All Blacks.
I'm out of shirts, bro. It's a weekend. I just did my laundry not so long ago.
Holy shit. This guy, shots fired once again. Pop! Wow. But I get, look, New Zealand play very attractive rugby.
I don't support them, by the way. I support the Wallabies.
Of all the fucking countries.
Yeah, I mean, like,
wow, okay, why?
it's the way that they play rugby.
Okay, explain what is so attractive about their way of playing.
They use their backline a lot. That's where you get to see all the fancy moves and people slicing through gaps.
Yes.
That's always been attractive to me.
Interesting. I've never... In Cape Town especially, okay, but you're not from Cape Town.
I'm not.
Is supporting the Wallabies in PE a big thing?
It's not. So I don't want to support what my father was supporting. You know when you pick your first team, you don't want to, when you're young.
Just follow the bandwagon.
Yes.
I get that.
Because I was like, I'm not going to support. So I'm not supporting the Springboks. That's done. And I'm not going to support the All Blacks because my father is supporting us. So I need to find a team. Then I found myself the Wallabies. Then I started following them. Then, in fact, when I started following them, I don't know if you watched Super Rugby before.
Yeah.
You know,
You make like I don't know rugby.
yeah, so I think it was around 08, 09 or 2010, around those years. There's this team from Australia called the Reds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Reds. Interesting.
Yeah, I think in 2011 or 2010 they won the Super Rugby. And they just came with this this attractive brand of rugby that was very exciting. That's where the likes of Quade Cooper and them came into the picture, just doing mad stuff. I fell in love with that, and that sort of pushed me into also watching Australia because I wanted to see the same guys because those guys were. Then I liked the brand as well. I was like, no, I'm going to follow this team.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's either always the Springboks or always All Blacks out
Or
here
England.
in Western Cape. You won't really find English supporters much over here, but the Wallaby, that's different. Okay, that's at least better than hearing I support All Blacks. So it's okay, it's fine. A truce.
I'm always like an outcast when it comes to these things.
On soccer?
Manchester United.
Okay, but you almost said City there.
No.
You said Manchester.
Nah, Manchester United. But I don't really watch soccer like that. It's boring to me, man. I think it's because I come from a school that plays rugby, so...
Oh, was that rugby dominant school?
Yes.
Yeah. My school was also like that.
Yeah, so I think my high school, that's where I really got pushed away from soccer. I was just into rugby because rugby was in my face all the time. I mean, I think every second day I'm practicing rugby on the weekend. It's
Oh,
rugby.
you played rugby as well?
Yeah, I played rugby
Yeah,
at school.
which position did you play?
Typical position, flank.
Ah, yes. Well, yes.
Yeah, played 14 Cs, and then as I went up, because I started playing rugby only in high school, then as I went up under 15, under 16, I started playing for the B team, featured for the A team as well. Had a chance of also going higher, but I think I was too short for it.
Isn't basketball the short thing?
Especially with like playing flank and all that, you do need
How tall are you?
probably 169 or 170 at best.
And what's the required height for flank?
Like modern day, I'd say 118.
No.
High school, when I play,
What's Chislin Colby?
he defies the odds, man. He's probably like a 172 or 175.
Yeah, but couldn't you be the guy that defies the odds as well?
That's not how the coaches saw it. Because I remember, I think it was under 16. I was playing between the A team and the B team, but I played most of my games in the B team. There was one coach who was coaching the back line there. He came to me and he said, if you want to play first team the following year, I think this was towards the end of the season, you must gain at least 15 kgs over off season.
God damn, it's a lot of kilos.
It's a lot of pressure. And
Wow.
I thought to myself, what, 15 to 20? And I need to carry this weight. I can't just gain the weight without being mobile and stuff like that. Yeah, and he said like you could do it through steroids and all that stuff.
The coach actually recommended that.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
How old were you at the
I
time?
think I was like 16 or something
Whoa.
like that. I mean, I think this is done off season, like throughout.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very responsible.
Then
Coach, wow.
Then I thought to myself,
can I ask you, like, is this a white school?
it's yeah,
Why are you hesitant to say that?
it is a white school.
No, why did you say that? No, because, like, you know what, like, I noticed that a lot from white schools. They would recommend certain things to speed up the process.
No, it's the pressure. I mean, I feel like high school rugby it's very competitive. I could even argue and say that South African high school rugby is probably the best in the world. Craven Week, I think it's the best high school tournament in the world.
Oh yeah, Craven Week, that's huge.
It's probably
That's
the best in the world. So there are those pressures from
Yes.
onto the coaches.
Do you know, like, all of those guys, they juice. All of those guys are on sauce. All of them. All those people you put on a pedestal. Oh, he's so strong, he's so big.
They have to.
All of those guys. All of those guys. I know people who played on that level. And they showed me, like, this is what the club can give you. But you must be on their premises to have it administered. They can't just give it to you. So they would come into their property, so to say.
No, it's a culture in SA.
But it's fucked up, though. I mean, imagine telling a 16-year-old, bro, you gotta choose. Are you out of your fucking mind? You know what that does to your body? Oh my gosh, and your body's still developing.
Luckily, I decided not to.
Wow, no, good call. Good call. Because a lot of these people, bro, like, telling you, getting off that shit.
I think my biggest concern was gaining weight. I was like, I'm gonna gain this weight, but this is not muscle. It's probably gonna be, I don't know,
Gonna just do a dirty bulk.
probably water retention muscle or something like that. And then if I don't have like a career post high school, it's going to be fat.
It's gonna be fat, and then you're probably just gonna carry on with that lifestyle. And
You check. Then I decided not to.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you weren't into training with weights back then?
I think I started training with weights grade 9, which would be when I was 15. But they told us like they don't want us to start with weights until we were 16, if I'm correct. But I think I started just before, like a few months before I turned 16. Then yes, after that, yeah, started doing weights, but lightly.
So what? Okay, so then did you take a break after that to not train with weights, or did you? Because it seems like you're only starting up again to train with weights.
Oh no! I've been training right through, but like I said to you, in and out. I think the most consistent I've ever been is probably 2 or 3 months. But between then and now, I'd say it's 10 to 11 years of being on and off weights.
Why are you not consistent? Like, what are you struggling with?
So my biggest issue with gymming, it's alcohol actually. Yeah. That's my biggest issue.
A little sippy. Little sippy. Is it the hangovers keeping you out of gym, or?
I feel like I have an issue with. I think at first I used to think it was alcohol, but as I got to know my body more, I came to understand it's not just alcohol. It's the acidity in the alcohol. So I think I have a issue with acid.
What happens when you consume alcohol?
Yo, bruh.
Besides going crazy, dancing on tables.
It takes long for me to recover.
But isn't that hangover supposed to be?
It takes
that?
like 4 or 5 days.
Okay, wait. How hard do you go, bro?
I do go hard, but like two like.
How are we talking here?
I'm talking like 2 or 3 days, like proper benders. But I mean,
So let's say a weekend. Let's say Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Full bender.
Full.
Like wake up, breakfast.
You breakfast with alcohol.
Like what they call a kopskiet, right?
Right through.
Right through. Hi.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking? Like, talking beers? We're talking hard liquor?
We're talking a mixture of everything.
Is that every fucking weekend?
No.
Okay.
No. I'd say.
Because I'm like, yo, am I disturbing your...
No. I do it like maybe once.
Your little sippy time.
Like once a month.
Once a month you go on this bender.
Mm.
But why do you do that, though?
The lifestyle, man.
What do you mean lifestyle? Explain. Is it your friends that's into it, or...?
I think this is how we do it here in SA, but I feel like people are not aware of that. I mean, if you had to look at social media...
No, I'm very well aware. I used to live that life, bro.
Pooza Mondays, it's Thursdays.
Yeah.
Like, there's a culture in SA of drinking hard.
Yes. So do you only drink... Do you drink, other than that 1 month, do you drink maybe during the week? Like,
no.
A drink after work?
No.
Or, so it's only that one time per month that you go crazy?
I'd say ever since I've arrived in Cape Town, I've toned it down. Let me say over the past 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
In fact, I've never been someone that drinks like weekend to weekend. I have a bad relationship with alcohol, like I said to you.
Is it only because of the hangovers?
It's how I become after it, and I also feel like it's mental, man. It feels like I'm clogged up. It becomes so bad, especially let's say if it's been a 3-day bender. Like the Monday, I won't be able to think properly. It becomes so bad, like I can't even speak English properly because I have to think when I speak English. Like it's so bad, man. Then I'll start recovering maybe like on the Thursday or on the Friday. And yeah, I feel like it also had an impact on my varsity schooling in terms of staying longer than I should have in varsity, having, like, let's say I decide, let's say I have an exam or test on Thursday, then I'd make a decision, let me go out this weekend, and then I'll recover in time by Tuesday, then I'll be able to study for the test on Thursday. Most cases I'd recover maybe on the Wednesday night, then I'll start feeling like myself and I'm writing the Thursday. And the qualification that I did was very demanding in terms of volume. It needed you to be present all the time. So it started having that impact in my life. Yeah, man. So I have like I said, I don't think it's specifically alcohol, but I think it's the content in the alcohol.
Have you tried to eliminate, like, just drink beers and see what happens, or just drink whiskey and see what happens, or
doesn't
tequila?
matter. It doesn't matter. I think it's like I said, it's the acidity in, like, Spices, I've come to discover spicy food.
Tomatoes are very acidic as well.
Tomatoes
even,
as well.
Even white rice, bro.
Like tomatoes as well. I have issues with them as well. Like I'll have like heartburn and stuff like
Yes.
that. But I think the high intake of alcohol just pushes it like over the limit.
It fucks up your pH balance in your blood.
Yep, that's
Interesting.
yeah.
Like,
and
have you ever decided?
my mother has the same problem, by the way.
No. So it's more or less genetic, you think?
I think it's genetic. She also discovered this like after a while. She should feel dizzy, but she never knew
Holy
why.
shit, dizzy as well.
Yeah. Then I think she went to the doctor. Then they told her, "Oh, what's the blood type? Naganina? O positive or something like that." Yeah.
The
There's
universal one.
Yeah, and there's that correlation between it and acidity and something like that. But yeah, she had to cut acidic food like your tomatoes and stuff like that. Yeah, I also used to have these symptoms that I didn't understand what was causing them, like feeling dizzy, feeling like something's rushing underneath my skin and stuff like that. Then I told her about this, like, hey man, I'm having these issues. But I didn't want to tell her it's because of alcohol, you check. But I told her like, hey, I'm having this issue. Sometimes I feel dizzy and stuff. And then she told me, no, I also have a similar problem. And it's because of this and this and this. And then I started understanding it's not necessarily the alcohol, but it's what's in the alcohol that's causing the problem.
Because a lot of it, I think the big culprit could be, like, let's say in beer, like the hops or the wheat. Because wheat and like...
Even coffee does that to me.
Whoa.
I promise you, like, as I'm drinking coffee now, I can feel like some pains, like, in my back.
Bro.
I know.
I'm not taking you to the hospital, bro.
Nah, nothing's gonna happen. This is fine.
Just fucking with you. Okay, have you tried maybe eliminating the malt from the coffee, or just...
I've recently
and it's
tried.
both the same?
I've recently tried, so I can't really say. I think I started like 2 or 3 weeks having coffee without milk. But I'm not a big coffee person.
Okay. So if you have coffee without milk, is it the same reaction?
I don't know yet.
You don't know? Okay.
I don't know yet.
Okay. Yeah, man. We're all different. We all react differently to different foods.
So yeah, that's what caused me to not be so consistent
yeah.
in gymming.
That's interesting. So, okay, so have you ever decided, I'm going to, like, fuck alcohol? It's causing too much damage to me.
I've tried. I've stayed away from alcohol for 2 to 3 months. But I have this thing that I'm still young, man. I still need to do things in order for me to have an opinion on it.
To experience
I need to
life.
experience life. But I've tried to cut out alcohol. I think I will eventually, moving forward. The more responsibilities I have in life, I feel like naturally it'll push alcohol away. But like I said, it's only once every 5 to 6 weeks that I indulge in alcohol.
Yeah, man, it's not like you have a fucking problem. It's not like you're drinking every day. Like, I can't get to work because I gotta get my fix here.
No. It's not a fix. No.
I know. So it's good. It's not so bad. I mean, we all need to unwind and let our hair down, every now and then. And just go crazy. I get that. Yeah, man. Used to be the life for me. But, okay, so do you train weekends?
Try to cut that out as well.
No, cutting out training weekends.
Yeah.
How come? What's wrong?
I need to recover, man.
Did training hurt you?
No. I need to recover. Like,
Oh, okay.
I want my weekends to myself.
But isn't that part of being for yourself? Working on yourself?
No, resting. I want to rest. I want to.
Okay.
I want to sleep. I want to press my phone.
I want to press your phone.
Yeah, I want to be on my phone more.
You want to be on your phone?
More.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I wake up at 4:30, 5:15, I leave for gym, get to gym around 5:30, and from there, I'll gym, then leave for work just before 6 or after 7, get to work around past 8, then I'll be at work till say 4:30. Then most of the time I'll decide not to go home because there's traffic at that time. I hate spending time in the car, like because
behind the wheel.
yeah. So I'll stay at work maybe till like 6, and then I'll come back, say past 6 to 7, get home, prepare for tomorrow, iron my clothes, prepare my meal, and then between 8:30 and 9 I go to bed. So I don't really have that time to myself to do the things that I enjoy. And being on my phone, I don't necessarily mean like being on social media. I'm a person that reads a lot.
Like researching.
Like global affairs, what's happening in Ukraine, what's happening,
Russia.
yeah, I know that it interests me, but I haven't had the time to do
I get that.
that. So I've tried to dedicate that to my weekends.
I get that. How often do you train?
Like during the week, Monday, Tuesdays, Thursday, Fridays.
Okay, but this morning you went for a run, you said?
Yeah, I feel like that's different. That's something completely different.
A run compared to weights?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
So I'd run Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Oh, okay. Interesting. How far do you usually run? What distance?
Less than a K.
Mm.
I mean, less than 2 Ks, somewhere there.
Wow.
I don't really jog. I'd say 70%, like a full blown, like trying to run. Because, like I said, I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm just trying to get circulation, within the body.
This morning I ran 30K.
I'd never do that.
Why?
I'd lose weight. I feel like that would.
Yeah, you see, that's also a myth. Like, as long as you consume enough calories, you're not gonna lose weight.
Man,
You have to eat. You have to feed. You have to. Whatever you burn, you must replace.
I eat a lot. That's the other thing that you.
You told me what you eat. That's not a lot, bro.
No. Okay, I feel like over the past 6 months since I've arrived here, I haven't eaten to my maximum capacity because of a lot of things, adjustments and so on, and living under someone else. But generally speaking, I'm someone that chows a lot. I'd say 4 to 5 meals a day. And I feel like it's because I have a very fast metabolism.
It's good having a fast metabolism.
It is good.
There's this value in cardio. There's a lot of value in cardio. Not only for looking good, but for example, you train with weights mostly, right? So now, your rest times. Like normally, let's say you normally rest for a minute.
Like between
sets. Yeah, it would decrease that rest time, so you can go again.
That's true. No, that's true.
Not only that, but if you look at long-term health, like if you have a combination of resistance training and what do you call it, cardio or running or not just running, but let's say swimming and cycling and all of those things, cardiovascular exercise, the potential for you to increase your lifespan and to avoid
diseases and
diseases, especially genetic diseases that your parents might have had that might have passed on to you allegedly. You could avoid all of that if you have a mixture of the two. It's good having a balance. I've always been a big I don't need cardio, bro. And other people have been telling me, especially like my physio, always been telling me no, you do cardio. It's just to loosen up the muscles, because she explained to me whenever you train with weights, right, or with resistance training, your muscles relaxed are like this, right? The fibers are like this. This normally like this. So now you train, become stiffer. You train, become stiffer. Train and become stiffer.
Because they shorten.
Exactly. Until it can't do that, that's when you get an injury. So yes, you should stretch. Yes, you should do massages, but running helps mitigate that. Running helps keeps the fibers loose, so that especially if you have a desk job and you're sitting whole day in front of your desk,
those strains.
Yeah, your body isn't designed to just sit. We are built to move. move, constantly move. Like the chair, there was this thing that's called the chair is the new cancer. So many problems come from sitting. So if the more you can move, the better it would be for your body. It would eliminate the stiffness and the aches and pains you feel. You might not feel those pains immediately, but over time, 'cause remember, this life is a marathon. Depending how long you live, it's gonna get you one day. So, yeah, so I've embraced the balance of both, and I see value in doing both. It might suck because you hate doing cardio, you hate doing weights.
I don't hate doing cardio per se, but I don't feel like I need to do 30Ks.
Bro, I'm not saying you should.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm not saying you should.
I think
like a half an hour run, just an easy run. It doesn't have to be fast, just an easy run.
ideally,
I'm working on something else now. That's why I did 30Ks.
if like in a perfect world, like for me, I feel like if I had more time, I'd probably do my 1 kilometers just before gym or after, if I had time.
Okay.
Um,
You can't wake up earlier?
Flipping, what's earlier than 4:30?
I'll wake up 3:30.
What time do you go to bed?
Don't ask me about my bedtime, bro.
Thing is-
Because I know I don't get enough sleep.
That's the thing, and
I know I don't.
I value my sleep,
No, sleep is very important.
and my sleep is very sensitive. That's the other thing.
Because you're a light sleeper.
It's very easy to trigger, and that's the other issue I have with alcohol. It messes up my sleep. It takes time for me to recover, to get that. I don't know if you know the cycles of sleeping.
Yeah.
Like
your REM sleep.
Yes.
Your light, your deep.
Like so,
It's waves.
it messes up my REM sleep. So one solution that I've had for that is weed, especially.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like after, like, let's say I had like a big weekend and I can't sleep properly for those 2 or 3 days, then I'll just hit
Light
the
it
weed.
up.
Knocks me out properly.
The problem with that is, right, like we're still recording, the problem with weed and alcohol or any type of narcotic that puts you out and makes you sleep, or if you even consume it, let me just see, let's say approximately, okay, I'm just putting a number here, but let's say 6 hours before bedtime, right? Ideally, you shouldn't consume alcohol or weed or whatever narcotic it is. I think about after 2 p.m. or even coffee as well. You shouldn't consume it because that you might think like you're sleeping, but it's not the real sleep. It's not real sleep. Like there was this podcast with this neuroscientist. He's an expert in sleep. He built his career on sleep and sleep patterns, and he was explaining how important sleep is and how lack of sleep can affect your risk for cardiovascular disease. And he was saying, like, with regards to people who take sleeping pills or narcotics or weed or alcohol.
I'm against that.
And he was basically saying that you might think you're sleeping, but it's not. It's really not. It's fake sleep, he was saying. And that changed my whole perspective. I was like, yo, because I'm not a coffee guy. I used to like coffee, but I would only have coffee on weekends. The only caffeine I would consume was my pre-workout, but that's it. But on weekends, like, I used to have coffee after 4, because it's weekend and I can chill.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, because then I thought, hold on a second. After this podcast, I was like, nah, 2 p.m. is my last cutoff. Because I want proper sleep. I don't sleep enough, but if I do sleep, I want quality.
You must get your quality sleep.
Yeah.
Nah,
I don't want to fuck with that because Alzheimer's is real, bro. You know what I mean? So Alzheimer's.
But yeah, like the reason I do it is because of that. Because like I said, it messes up my sleep. Alcohol. It takes a bit of time to recover from that. Another thing that does help is going to the gym because it tires me out.
Oh, yeah.
And then I pass out.
Burns all that energy.
Yeah. So I use weed to sort of like contract that time period. It does help, but eventually I do get it. But like I said, I don't want to mess up my sleep. I value it. I'm a light sleeper. It's easy to disturb. So I can't get up earlier than 4:30, bro. I
Is that
can't.
your max?
That's my max, and it's a fairly new waking up time for me.
Oh, yes, the routine for you.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's working. I'd say it's about a month or 3 weeks old. It's working so far.
That's good.
I avoid the early traffic in the morning because if you wake up, if you go from where to the gym, like say around 6, it's going to take you 30 minutes
Oh, wow.
minimum to get to the gym. But if it happens before 6, that's 15. That's half.
Oh. Wow. It's a big difference.
Bro, like traffic traffic is something else, man. Like the more you go into, like between 6:30 and 8:30, the time you spend in traffic gets compounded by the minute.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's unbelievable.
Facts.
Mm.
Facts. Yeah, man. Yeah, I hate traffic.
I hate it myself.
So, okay. So, I've never met somebody that does property management. What is property management?
I'm fairly new to the space myself.
Mm.
I recently got out of varsity. Hasn't been too long. I have a qualification in construction. So from varsity, after I completed my qualification, which was 2021, I think, my degree, I was fortunate enough to be able to experience site life. I got a job, I'd say, as an intern. Got to site, I did what I was supposed to do. I did it for 9 months.
Wait, when you say site, like construction site?
Like construction site,
Okay, gotcha.
yeah. So at the moment, construction is in a bad space in South Africa.
Really? Is it because of the economy? Or?
The economy is, I'd say construction economy is in a bad space because of the general economy being in a bad space. Government is not spending enough in the infrastructure, and it's having an impact on everyone else. And then also there's something called the construction mafia. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Explain. 3 marks.
Construction
5 if you
mafia. I'll try to explain it. So, how construction works is, let's say you want to build this glass,
I do. Number 5.
but you can't do it yourself. So you have to get someone else to build it, even if it's your house or whatever. So you get a contractor out. Mr. Cup, can you please build me this glass? Sure, but you don't just get Mr. Cup to build you this glass. You want the best person to build you this, so you go for tender, and then they price, and then you'll probably pick the best guy based on the best price, which is the most affordable one, and their historical performance when it comes to building. So those are the things that you compare. Are they good at what they do? Is the price affordable? And then you pick the best candidate off of that. The mafia came into that space. They wanted the tenders for themselves. I don't know how to explain this.
Okay, so the mafia comes in and says, you're not going to do this job without giving us a cut first, kind of thing. Or saying, no, we're going to do this job ourselves.
Okay, I've recollect my thoughts. So where this issue really started, it's BEE really that really started this issue. So the government had this idea. It was a brilliant idea. The projects that they give out, they want 30% of those projects to have black-owned companies doing that, especially ones from, let's say if you're building a school in this area, at least 30% of that must be given to the local companies. It's a must. It's a must.
You have to.
You have to. You have to improve the community. I mean, if you look at it from that perspective, it makes sense because you want to uplift that economy. You want to create jobs.
Okay, wait. So is this like a donation?
It's not a donation.
Okay.
So if this area you want to build a school here, 30% of the contract must go to surrounding contractors.
Okay.
Even if it goes out to tiling or to painting, but minimum of 30% must go to the local.
Okay, so let's say building this glass costs 3 million. Within that quote of 3 million,
300,000 must go to the local people.
and that's already worked into the construction of this glass.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Now, who is responsible for distributing that 300K?
So how it normally works, if it's a 3 million job, you get your main contractor. So this is the guy that will see the project out from inception until close out. He brings other small contractors into this. So he brings out the person that's going to do the plumbing, the person that's going to do the roofing, the person that's going to do the tiling, the painting. He consolidates all those people. So a minimum of that has to go to the people from that space. So if you have plumbers from this area, they must get a share.
Just to share, or must they also get, or they're going to be part of this job?
They must, not must, but they are part of the job.
Okay, and that's how they get the share.
Yeah, that's how they get the
Okay,
share.
so Mr. Cup comes into the area and says, okay, I can't have all my own people do it. I'm going to employ this company all together to do this job.
That are from that area.
Okay,
I'd
so
say maybe a radius of 10 kilometers.
Okay, so it's not just a matter of, okay, they're going to pay you X. Okay, so they're going to be part of this whole job.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because you want people to work because
Yes.
we have a
Understand, that's understandable. Okay.
So that led to people demanding jobs. We have to be part of this job. It's a requirement. Started creating entitlement to people, and then some people started taking advantage of that. So even when it came to private jobs, people were saying, "You guys are building whatever in our space. We must get jobs."
Even
here.
if it's a private job. Okay, now that's fucked up. That's
Yeah.
why I have a problem.
Yeah, it started like
Wow.
that, and then these mafias came in and they saw an opportunity to take advantage of the situation. So they would come and close outside. They would close the site. You guys are not allowed to work unless you pay us a certain portion.
Wow.
It's big, dude.
Wow.
It's an issue. Like I think the construction economy has suffered billions because of that. Because it slows down the job.
What numbers are we talking? What are they demanding?
A fee.
Like how much? Like let's say it's a
Let's say it's 100 million job.
yes.
10M.
Wow. Just to allow them to.
It has become a, what you call this thing, Naganenena? That drug people like they demand. It's a something fee, man. What's it called? You know, if you want to open up a shop,
Yes. Oh, like a protection.
it
fee,
has
kind of
become
like
it has
that.
become that.
Wow.
If you want to work here, you must pay this amount.
This is our turf kind of
This is
thing.
our turf, yeah.
That's fucked up.
Dude, like
I had no idea about
Dude, the
this.
job that I was working on after high school, apparently, because I came in the middle of the job, apparently it came to a halt in the beginning because people were demanding. They were demanding jobs. And they were threatening. The things they threaten, if you don't give us A, B, C, D, you will be, I don't know, killed or whatever. It's an issue, man.
And police, law enforcement?
They can't really do anything about it. Dude, it's a big issue.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's part of the reason why the economy is, like, construction economy is not performing. Like, it's costing like billions. If you had to Google it now, just Google construction mafia, you'll see it.
Where's my keyboard? Fucking keyboard's all the way there. Why didn't I put the keyboard there initially?
Construction mafia, and go to the news, you'll see. It'll show you.
Wow,
I feel like I'm not explaining this well enough.
No, dude, I understand exactly what you're saying. Construction mafia. Okay, so Africa. It's Cape Town. Am I in frame? Let me see. Okay, I just need to move back.
Just go to news.
And where's this mouse? Where's news? Oh, here we go. Wait, what about this sentence? This looks interesting.
Illegal construction is just a symptom of the in South Africa's
Let's
construction.
see what's news then. Maldives construction mafia brings business to his knees. Wow, I didn't know.
I just want you to see the numbers, man.
Oh wait, here we go. Here's numbers here. Okay. Construction mafia cost the economy more than 68 billion rand.
There we go.
That's fucking pop-ups. Hold on a second. Wow. The Durban High Court redevelopment and renovation project by the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure is 55% complete. It's coming to a halt.
And the thing is, when you stop a construction project, it becomes more costly.
Wow. I had no idea. Wow. This is crazy. This was the result of illegal occupation and the hijacking of the site by criminals and gangs extorting money from the construction sites known as the construction mafia. The site is now under heavy protection, meaning unbudgeted costs are now being incurred, which must be sourced for the project to be completed. Wow.
This thing was happening in KZN, happening in
This one is in Durban, yeah.
This one, it's also starting here in Cape Town as well.
Really?
Yeah, I think a lady from the municipality got killed because she was stern on
She didn't want to allow them in.
on the government projects.
Is it the same kind of mafia that's with ESCOM, basically?
It's a different type of
Different type. But mafias exist. Looks like everywhere now. Wow. So okay, that's why you said fuck it.
Yeah, so it's very unstable
I'm
at the
not gonna
moment.
manage this shit. I'm not gonna build shit. I'm just gonna manage it.
So it's very unstable. So no jobs are guaranteed. We're struggling to get jobs at the moment, especially graduates. We can't get into the market.
Wow.
Yeah, so I decided, you know what, let me go into property. Fortunately for me, I managed to get something into property. Property is more stable at the moment compared to construction. So yeah.
Wow, dude. God, that's scary, bro. Okay, so all right, so you changed your path doing property management. How's that going? Like, what is that about? Like, do you?
Okay, so I'll try and explain this in its simplest term.
Or in a complex term.
So you have a property. It's been built, but now it needs to be well oiled. It needs to be maintained. You need to ensure that it makes money, especially your retail. Retail would be your malls, your industrials. That would be. What example can I make now? I can make an example. And then your third one is your residential, which is popping everywhere in Cape Town at the moment because there's a huge demand for space. So you need to ensure that those make money for you. You need to maintain them. You need to project and so on and so on. But I'm more on the facilities maintenance side of property. So, for instance, take a mall. It needs to be maintained.
Give me examples of what maintenance a mall has to undergo.
plumbing, electrical maintenance, the sewer. I mean, you have tenants that rent space,
Yes.
and you need to ensure that the space is in a good space for them to make money.
So if there's a plumbing issue, you would get a plumbing company. They would contact you guys, and then you get a plumbing company to come out and do the job. Do you have to go and make sure that the job is completed correctly?
Yeah.
Is you have to go out to, let's say, the mall, the public toilet, just to make sure, these guys didn't fuck up the job, or...
Okay, so a typical example, a typical problem that comes from a center, especially the old ones, it's leaks.
Like which ones are the old ones, do you think?
Most of the centers here in Cape Town are quite old.
Like old, like talking about like 30 years or...
1970, 1985, that's when they were...
Which mall was that? 1970?
I can't say.
You can't tell me which mall's the old mall.
I can't. You're going to have to search it yourself.
Are you saying that you can't due to restricting factors in your contract?
Yeah.
But, okay. This guy gonna make me type in my Google-ness. Old malls in South Africa. Oh, South Carolina. Yeah. South Africa. Okay. Let me see. And this Google's fucking me around. So you really can't say. Is it because the malls are people are not gonna frequent there if they find out the malls are old?
No. It's just that I don't wanna link myself to anything.
Oh, okay. Old malls. I get that.
But yeah, so like biggest issues would be like when it's raining, they leak.
Oh wow, like the roofs and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes they leak inside the shops.
Oh shit! If it's a retail, then it's fucked.
Yeah,
It's fucked.
yeah.
Wow.
So you need to ensure that you maintain that all the time.
Wow. I think. Okay. How? Okay, and then you have to get a company to come out.
Yeah, you get a contractor to come out to maintain that.
What's the turnaround time on a fix like that? Let's say it's leaking. They have to come like immediately.
Yeah, immediately. Pressure from the client. You have to sort this out because the issue is you don't want to affect their foot traffic.
Yes, and especially if it's spoiling the stock.
Yeah, it's not even about the stock. It's the people coming into the shop. Like before I came over to property, I wasn't really aware of these little things. Like foot traffic is such an important thing to
like just people keep people coming in and out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's small things that turn people away. If the aircon is not on, it's too cold, and they leave. And you want your tenants or your clients to perform so that they can be able to pay rent.
Okay, so let's say the aircon, is that not in the mall itself or in each store?
In each store.
So
You are responsible for maintaining them. Yeah. You're responsible for giving them water. You're responsible for giving them fresh air. You're responsible for plumbing and so on and so on. Yeah, so those things turn people around. So you need to ensure those are always running well.
you weren't employed in this field before COVID or during COVID?
No. That's
It's only recent.
No,
Okay.
it's very
I
recent.
wanted to see what would it have been like?
Apparently it was
foot traffic.
apparently it was very bad. I've seen some of the numbers. It was people couldn't pay the rent
Wow.
because it's foot traffic driven.
Was it a lot of stores that closed down?
They closed down, but some of the property companies really tried to keep the stores going. Like they didn't chase them away because they didn't pay rent. I think for like 8 or 9 months they let it slide.
Really?
Yeah, Because the thing is,
Was it like a rent exemption, or did they say, okay, y'all can pay us later?
exemption.
Okay.
Because the thing is, eventually you're gonna get out of the slump, and you will recover these costs maybe in a 5 to 6 years time, and that's management. You need to foresee into the future. That's what property management is really all about.
And a company like yours would have been responsible to say, it's fine, don't pay rent.
Oh no, I know my company did that.
Oh, yes.
I know that for a fact.
Okay.
And so if it's not the only one, it's one of the few ones that did.
And they just said, it's fine, this is like a rent-free period. But what if they...
No, they took it upon themselves. Like, they took the hit. The company itself, like, took the hit.
But what if they could see the numbers and like, yo, but your foot traffic is amazing. Y'all be selling hot cakes out here. Y'all making tremendous amounts of money. Couldn't they say for that company, that, okay, fine, hold on. You're making money. You're obviously making good turnover. You need to pay something to us.
Yeah.
Is it like that?
Because
Okay.
you present your numbers.
Also, they must present.
You present your numbers. I'm currently not doing well. You can see.
Okay. So it wasn't just a flat out across the board.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
There's a chance that it was, but I mean, if you're doing well, then why are you being exempted?
Yeah.
You see.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, some people didn't pull out, bro. Like a lot of tenants went down, especially the independent companies, like the smaller guys, pop-up shops. Say you were selling water at some center, and that's the only shop that you have. Most of those guys closed down. Bigger guys like your Nationals, like your maybe
Mr. Price. Or...
Yeah, those guys were able to take the knock and still survive. But yeah, like COVID changed a lot of things, man. Banks just went left. They downscaled. Like if you'd go into centers now, you'd see that most of the banking
banking court, basically.
they're not there.
I've noticed a lot with regards to the banks. I think Standard Bank was a bank that closed like the most of their branches in terms of like other franchises in this country.
Yep, FNB was the first, and this was years back. They saw it coming. It's also because of digitalization and so on. There's no point in going to the bank now.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do just on your phone now.
They closed down most of their stores. I think in PE, in the CBD, they closed. I think they closed their what's it called again?
What's this?
I want the name for it.
The one that I just said, bank court, or the banking section.
Bank.
For you.
Bank court, but yeah, they closed down
the
theirs.
banking sector, or I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, they closed down theirs. Is I think 2015.
Wow, 2015 already. Sure. They're obviously saving a lot of money in doing that.
Cutting costs.
Yeah, but you're the people affected. Yeah, it's not good.
And that's the other problem that digitalization comes with. And I feel like South Africa is not geared up for that. I see that people are crazy about digitalization. I think a month back I was in this forum for property, and people were expressing their ideas for what the future has for us in terms of using technology to make things more efficient. Like for instance, security is a big thing in centers.
Yeah,
it's a huge thing. So I remember this guy had this idea of using drones as security.
Whoa.
And I understand why he did. It would like make security more efficient. But I said, and I thought to myself, dude, do you know what that means? It means that more than half of people are going to lose their jobs. Yes, security is going to be...
But
and you know what that leads to? It leads to more crime.
So the drones wouldn't be more efficient?
They would be more efficient, but
Why would
it's
they
being counterproductive.
Okay, in what way would there be more crime? Like, why would they see the holes, the opportunities now?
You do know where crime comes from. It comes from.
We're talking about cybercrime now.
No, I'm talking about just crime in general. It comes from.
Oh, okay, I get it. So you're talking about the lack of jobs,
Lack of jobs.
unemployment.
It leads to crime.
The need to make money to eat. I get that. Okay, got it. I thought you were talking in terms of.
No, not
Okay,
cyber. No,
okay. No, I got it. I understand now.
So when people like talk
Bigger
about
picture, yes.
like implementing technology and being more efficient, you need to be very considerate of where you are, the dynamics of that area.
Yes, we are so far behind with our technology in terms of the industrial revolution, so to speak.
The fourth IR.
Yeah, like I was in, where was it? It was Sweden, yes, in when was it? 2016, right? And I went to the store, and the store never had any cashiers. You scan everything yourself, you pay yourself, and you fuck off. No cashiers. They are till points, but there's nobody there.
And you're impressed with that?
No, I was taken a bit back, like not in a sense of impressed. I was a bit shocked. Like they just allow you to just scan your shit. Like first of all, aren't they scared people are just gonna steal? But they work on this honest system over there.
They
So-
do. I mean, you understand why people don't need to steal.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying like it's been there already for that long. As was that back then, it was nothing new to them. For me, it was like, oh my god, I can just.
It's
I was
breathtaking.
like, yo, this is crazy.
What is
man.
happening here?
I was like, yo.
Yeah. And I feel like I was also part of those people as well. Once upon a time, we had an issue with the fact that we're so behind in terms of technology. But now, the more I know, the more I understand why. You can't just roll out that. Imagine if you had to roll out that, if Checkers had to roll that out. The jobs that you would take
Bro,
away from
it's-
people.
And the unemployment rate is already so crazy.
You can't, bruh.
But you see, like, if it comes to these big corporations, right? The only thing they actually give a fuck about
It's cause
is that bottom line, that profit.
that's where the government needs to be very stern. If you want to invest into our country, you must implement or be thoughtful of how our economy is, and because our economy is it's what's this word? It's a labor-driven economy. It's labor-driven. People need to go to work and feed their families. So if like an Amazon wants to come in, they can't just do whatever they want. They must take care of
the people.
Of the people.
I saw this video the other day talking about how many factories we used to have, and like nothing is made here anymore.
Things are done in China.
Yeah, it's and I was thinking, that's so true. Like, and that was part of the reason our economy was so rich, because things were actually made here. We had factories, we manufactured things over here, and that's just gone. Like, it's gone, bro. Like, and I don't see it coming back.
The thing is, the people are not moving with people are not being educated enough for us to make those big leaps. It's quite scary, to be honest. Like when you see the numbers of educated people in SA, I think it's below 10%.
Wow.
Like after matric.
Okay. Are we talking about like a qualification after school?
After school.
Okay.
Like people that even
10%.
go to varsity, I think it's less than 10%. So, if like an Amazon wants to come in, they can't just do whatever they want. They must take care of the people. So if like an Amazon wants to come in, they can't just do whatever they want. They must take care of the people. So if like an Amazon wants to come in, they can't just do whatever they want. They must take care of the people. So if like an Amazon wants to come in, they can't just do whatever they want. They must take care of the people. So if like an Amazon wants to come in, they can't just do whatever they want. They must take care of the people. So if like an Amazon wants to come in, they can't just do whatever they want. They must take care of the people. So if like an Amazon wants to come in, they can't just do whatever they want. They must take care of the people. So if like an Amazon wants to come in, they can't just do whatever they want. They must take care of the people. So if like an Amazon wants to come in, they can't just do whatever they want. They must take care of the people. So if like an Amazon wants to come in, they can't just do whatever they want. the majority of the population is uneducated. So
I think a large part of that is the cost of education is so fucking high over here. You don't find 30,000 for a year.
that's quality education.
Yeah, but for the average Joe.
Yeah, the average Joe is poor in South Africa.
So how do you make education affordable so we can push that percentage up?
Increase tax. I don't know how they do it in other countries. That's how they do it.
I still think the whole education thing is just a fucking business. It's got nothing to do with we want to educate you. We want to, give you this. We want to educate the nation. We want to put as many people in schools as possible.
South
It's not
Africa
about that.
there's a lot of dynamic problems, man. Also, we're not supplying South Africa with the skills that it needs. Part of the reason why a lot of people that come from varsity don't get jobs, it's because the skills that they have, it's not the skills that the economy needs at the moment.
What are the skills the economy needs right now?
We need farmers. We
Like farmers across the board.
across the board.
Like poultry, agricultural.
Across the board.
Across everything.
Across the board, we need obviously tech space.
But the reason the farming has dropped in the country was because of the whole kill the boer thing. Do you know how many people were victims to farming? Like everyone's scared to be farmers now. I know people that were affected. I know people that had to move from their home, from their farm, to sell their farm and come to a different city.
Minority. The people that you know doesn't represent.
No, but I'm saying like if it's people that I know that is affected, I'm sure there's a lot of other people. So you say the farm murders weren't a big part of it.
I'm not saying like that didn't happen. I'm saying that's not the main reason.
Okay.
It's not.
But would you say we would be in a better position if that didn't happen?
Not as much as people think.
How many farm murders do you think there's been?
I'm not saying like.
Or at least just the stigma, the idea that this is a possibility and people are scared and they decided, fuck it, I'm gonna give up this farm life because my family's life is more important.
No, I understand that. Like I understand that a lot of people were killed and I don't know what's the right word to use. Condolences to those families and so on. But that's not where the main issue is. The land is not being used properly. The skills aren't there. That's where the real issue is. When the government decided to take, or they're still doing it, like when they took land from the people and kept it for themselves, most of those lands were not being used properly because they don't have the skills to use them.
Are you okay? How long ago are we talking about when they took the land from? Are you talking about in apartheid, or are you talking about post-apartheid, or
Both.
okay, both. Okay.
So where I come from in Queenstown, my father used to farm, and the space that he used was government space. He managed to build himself through that within that space.
Okay.
But that space itself is so badly run, man.
Really?
Yeah, like I said.
Did you work with him?
Yeah, I was there.
No. What kind of farm was it?
Meat. What's it called? Is it
like cows?
like cows and sheep?
No.
Yeah, no.
So you guys would like slaughter the animals. So you're familiar with that life, like slaughtering the animals?
Not slaughtering. No.
What was your responsibility?
Just grooming and selling. I think I could run a farm by now.
You can what?
I can run a farm.
Really?
Yeah, because when I did that, it felt like a chore at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, my father would wake me up in the morning before school, man. like around 4:30, 5:30. Let's go to the farm.
Milk cows.
Not milking.
Come on, bro.
What's it called?
You never worked on a farm if you haven't milked a cow before.
Wouldn't
It's in the movies, bro.
no. What's it called? I don't have the right terms to use. You have cattle for milk,
Yes.
and then you have
A sheep for the lamb.
no, you have cattle for the meat to be chowed.
Yes, I got you.
Yeah.
Slaughtered, okay.
Yeah,
And sold.
it's just that
Okay,
I forgot that
got it.
term. Yeah, but that's what
Got
we
it.
did.
Okay.
We didn't deal with dairy.
Really?
Cow, yeah.
You didn't even just want to experiment and say, yo,
It's expensive.
I watched movies and...
It's expensive.
No, but just do it yourself. You just take a bucket and you just do it from the other.
Now to deal with dairy,
But as an experiment, weren't you curious?
it's
That's the first thing I would do, bro.
maintenance,
I
bro.
watched movies and I wanted the milk moustache and I wanted...
Nah,
No, but you have cattle there, right? You've got
Yeah, but you
cattle there
can't. But like the quality of the milk is
just the taste, bro. I'm not saying you must sell it. It's just for me, just to as an experiment. I would love to just fuck around with that one day.
the type of cattle that we have that didn't really like allow for that. With it was more like beef orientated cattle.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, but like back to my point, man. That space was so badly run, bruh. Or ran, whatever. You can't really do anything there.
Your dad still has the farm?
What's that?
Your dad still has the farm?
Nah, he stopped farming now.
No.
Overgrazed, overpopulated. It's because the skills are not there.
Wow.
A lot of vacant farms like in the Eastern Cape that are not being
Really?
taken full advantage of because the skills are not there.
Wow. Interesting. And you didn't want to invest your life into
At the time, I
farm?
didn't. And then after varsity, I was like, fuck, I should have studied agriculture. I would have probably been rich by now.
Wow. I mean, it's not too late. You could still...
Problem is getting space now. It's expensive.
Okay. How many acres we talking here? How many acres did your dad have?
It wasn't his to begin with. Like I said,
Okay. Who is managing it?
it was government space. Now we just put his livestock there.
Okay, I understand.
But I'd say, fuck, how many acres? I think maybe 500 hectares would be.
500.
Would be.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I like to live on the land like that. Just live there. With no fucking neighbors. You know, just me on my own. Me and my... It's beautiful, man. Just, it's peaceful. You know. But anyway. Wow, okay. So, we need farmers. What else do we need?
We need people in the tech space as well. It's cybersecurity, high demand for such. We're not supplying enough. What's the other one now? As a doctors, naganena. Yeah, but I forgot, man.
I guess we always need some healthcare professionals.
But the thing is, the supply is not there.
Wow. Sure. It's... Yeah, what are people mostly studying these days? Are they just studying things to have a degree kind of thing, just to have it on their name? Yeah.
People just
I've seen
want,
that a lot.
like, people just want to be in varsity, especially like after high school. I need to be there.
Because that's the route everyone takes.
And I'll take whatever is available for me. Then I'll be there. And then what ends up is the economy doesn't need you.
And then you struggle to find a job because there are no jobs for.
We also need artisans. That's the other shit that we need, bro.
Wow.
We need artisans, like proper skilled people. I mean, fuck. We need bricklayers. We need welders. We need plumbers. And the easiest way to check what I'm talking about is the rate that plumbers charge. They can charge whatever they want. Like if you had to have your sewage line like fucked right now, just to come out, that charge you at least $600.
Sheesh.
I'm not talking about fixing the job.
Just call out fee.
Call out fee.
Wow.
And the infrastructure is collapsing at the moment, bro. Like it's collapsing. It was well built in the apartheid.
Regime. You want some water, bro?
Nah, thanks, bro. But we haven't maintained it.
Oh, bro. And there's no drive to revamp it, to renovate, to make it better. Or
You need people that are conscious, people that know what they're doing at the top.
But it's the same thing with ESCOM. Like this whole power supply issue, the foresight was there, but they turned a blind eye. Nah, we don't need this shit. Was presented to them saying, this is gonna happen. Fix this now. But nah, it's cool, bro. It's cool. We got this. Y'all bullshitting.
Nah. Personally, I believe everything that's ESCOM related is being done on purpose.
Of course.
I think they're running it down to the ground, and the private sector is going to take over in terms of supplying.
I hope so. I hope they do.
Do you know what that means, bro?
No, like, look, I just want fucking power.
Do you know what that means, though?
Okay, explain.
It means that we're living. Supply of power is going to be based on supply and demand. That means that the prices are going to be very volatile. And right now, the demand for power is exceptionally high. And when demand is high, it means that the prices are going to also be high. You don't want to leave power. What's the other one? I forgot these other three sectors, man. You don't want to leave that to supply and demand. It's going to fluctuate the prices incredibly
But
high.
my thing is government is not doing the job. I mean, they've got this monopoly on it. They've got these people who sabotage these sites. I don't know. I don't see a way out of it other than privatization. Yes, China has donated how many millions or billions worth of parts.
But
to help us
ESCOM
with
is
power.
still our best bet.
Okay, but then give us a solution.
Fix them.
How?
You maintain them. You maintain those coal plants. Maybe introduce nuclear as well.
Okay, nuclear I'm down with. That should have been done a long fucking time
That
ago.
was proposed, eh?
That should have been done a long fucking time ago.
Under Jay-Z's period, he did propose that.
That is the only way out, and that is the cheapest way also.
And they shut it
the
down.
Fuel and the most efficient in terms of what do you call it? The pollution.
Carbon emissions.
Yes, carbon emissions. Yes, that is and you know why they shut it down? Because the people who's eating from the coal money, they're not gonna make money, and that's what no, bro, you can't take my bread, bro. That's main reason. There's so much corruption and all this cack. Nuclear would fix everything, but there's too many people that's against it. There's too many people who just wants to make money off of the situation.
It's because people are misled when it comes to nuclear, man. Like when people hear nuclear, they think, oh,
Chernobyl.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or whatever. What happened in was it Japan or China?
I think it's Japan. Yeah.
They think about that.
Was it Japan?
But
I think it was.
yeah, I
but
think it
yeah,
was Japan.
They were like 2 reactors. But I mean, it's working so well in France.
It's working so well in so many places.
So many places. It's just like, and obviously technology has improved since then, and it's mistakes that were made. But I mean,
and the Japan one wasn't really a mistake. There was an earthquake.
Yes,
that's what led to.
It wasn't even like somebody flipped it on switch, you know. But I don't get it. People are. I honestly think it's more of.
We have a nuclear power plant here, by the way.
We do. We fucking do.
And that is never.
The thing is, was it Mandela that said? I think they made an agreement with another country to say we're not gonna, because we had nuclear weapons there. So that was part of it. So we can't do nuclear because of this agreement. So I think that falls in line with the agreement as well.
I don't know. That makes sense. It does make sense if you explain it like that.
But still, like, that should be revised and reviewed, because Okay, we part of BRICS, right? There's China, there's Russia, India, South Africa, obviously, Brazil as well. Of
It's called BRICS Plus now because other countries have joined.
have they officially joined, or are there still talks about? Because I heard there were other talks of other countries because we're doing this whole new currency thing and we want to eliminate.
I don't know if they've officially
West.
joined, but it's
Yeah.
been called BRICS Plus at the moment.
Okay, but anyway.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Let's just go with BRICS until these motherfuckers join us, right? So there's just BRICS. So, wait, what was I gonna say?
Sorry for disturbing.
That's okay. Okay, so we're with BRICS, right? China has nuclear power, right? Russia has nuclear power. Do you know about India?
I think they do.
Okay, so why can't we fucking fall in line with what they're doing? And China was here. China gave all these fucking parts for these coal plants. Can't China say, y'all doing it wrong, yo? Like,
Dude, we were
y'all
supposed to.
doing it wrong.
Russia was supposed to build us a nuclear power plant.
But your power's in place that don't want that to happen.
Yeah. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
That's bullshit. They must end this fucking corruption. I'm so sick of this cuck. We are dying over here because of people who just want to have fat pockets and not thinking about the people.
No, dude, like when power is given over to the private sector, it's going to be bad.
I just want, I don't know.
You'll be buying 100 units for fucking 300 rand.
We almost fucking there, bro. There's people that buy like 10 rand units at a time, like 10 rands worth of units at a time. There's people that do that. That's how we're living right now. There's people that are struggling, bro. They're struggling. I don't know. I don't know what's the situation like at their home. I don't know if they're just using it maybe to put on the kettle to boil warm water at times, but shit's hard, bro. Like that's how we're living right now, bro. And you think Eskom is gonna decrease their price anytime soon?
Now they're going to go up again.
Fuck no.
I think
Your money's gonna be worth fuck all, bro. Like nothing. And then they wanna get upset because people are using solar now, but you must still pay because we are losing out. Like get the fuck out of here. Do you know how many illegal power is running through different areas and it's not getting shut down? It's ridiculous. It's getting siphoned off.
it's also not easy to shut down.
What about taking a few cables?
I'm saying
Cable.
the thing is those are communities
I get it.
that are illegally connected to the grid.
Yes. Yes.
It's not easy to just cut off people like that. You have to.
But it's easy to cut off people who are paying.
Yeah,
That's fucked up.
it
Isn't it?
It is, but that's how it is, bro. Imagine if you had to cut out.
Yeah, but why are we accepting it is what it is? But it must change.
What's your plan? It's like trying to force homeless people off for finance sake.
Okay, that's a whole different topic.
I'm just saying like it's something similar to that. You can't just force them away. You have to have a plan for it, and
Yes, there needs to be a plan.
But
those people need to pay.
But
that's the plan.
But it's not easy to implement those things.
Bro, like we are...
You cut off
the
people.
economy is losing money. Eskom's losing money. We are... the people who are actually paying for electricity, which we want to use it, are covering those costs for other people to use it.
That's how it is, though. Your tax covers the people that don't work.
I don't know, bro.
Because you can afford to. That's the thing.
Anyway, it's bullshit. Wait. Like, what else do we need? Fuck. But yeah, we went on the rabbit hole. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's I don't know, bro. You just can't trust these politicians, bro. You just can't. Yeah. So back to property management. Okay. What other aspects do you manage? What is the okay? You said one of the biggest things on the old buildings is leaks, right?
I was just trying to show you like what a maintenance issue would be.
Okay.
What else can I think of? There's solar as well. We need to have backup power.
So the malls are implementing solar as
Oh yeah,
well.
but it's being rolled out on a big scale. Because you can't rely Eskom.
Oh no, we will establish that.
And it's very expensive. No, fuck. Backup power is very expensive.
Like power inverter or generator is expensive.
At the moment we're doing this, we don't know which is which.
Oh, so you're still
Yeah,
checking. Oh, okay.
Because the thing is with generators, they flipping expensive.
It's
So
diesel, and the carbon emissions is crazy.
getting one is not easy because there's a huge demand for them.
Mm-hmm.
So lead time, if you have to buy one now, you'd probably get it 12 weeks from now.
And there's obviously you're looking for one that's big enough to power an entire mall, so it's a huge one. Okay.
So getting one, time, it's expensive. Then you have installation costs, and then you have running costs.
The running costs. Yeah.
You have to maintain it.
That's gonna eat you.
So I think a service every minor 15, and then but it's done in hours. I think every 15,000. I forgot, man.
Kilometers.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So it has a minor and a major.
Maybe hours.
It's done in hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's done in hours.
Yeah.
It's just that I forgot the specific hours.
Oh, okay.
It's minor and major. I think on average, a minor costs 17 grand for
Like a service kind of thing.
like a 500 kVA Jenny, and then
Oh, wow.
your major is like around 30 something.
Wow.
It's just and then you have diesel.
Uh-huh.
And then if it's stage 4, bro, you're burning diesel. Like, so it's not really feasible.
And solar.
Solar's it's not reliable
Mm.
because you're basically relying on nature.
On the sun.
So at the moment, what's happening is they're trying to find a hybrid system.
Yes. And power inverters?
Batteries.
That's also a shortage.
The issue with batteries is they won't sustain you for longer than 4 hours. Like,
Oh.
that's the problem.
And it's obviously you want that on a large scale.
And then the thing is you don't want to like make those batteries perform at like 90% capacity or 95 because you wear the battery down.
Yes.
And you must allow it to recharge again. I think it takes like 2 hours for it to recharge. But if you don't recharge it within that 2 hours and you use it again, you basically fuck it up. So they're trying to find a balance between the generators, solar, and UPSs, like a hybrid system that works.
Gotcha.
You know.
Wow. Interesting, man.
And guess who has to pay for that?
You guys.
You shift. So us, we buy
So
it.
do you increase the rent of the store?
It's just, and then guess what happens to the people who own the store? They shift onto people.
Onto the burden onto the people. Yeah, it's a domino effect. Wow. Ciao. Yeah, it's where we're heading, bro.
It's quite a headache at the moment.
I don't know, man. Okay, so that's that's the power issue, right? With regards to the management. Anything else that needs to be taken care of in okay, so
Property.
yeah, so that was basically an example of malls, right?
I'd say health and safety. It's the other big one.
Do you get a lot of cases where people sue because I fell because that sign that wasn't there that somebody was cleaning? Wow, really?
It's quite something. But another big one is fire.
Really?
Not that they happen, but you.
Because I was like, which malls burned down recently?
No, you must always be prepared.
Uh-huh.
You do your fire drills. You spend a lot of money to ensure that you're ready for fire. So your sprinklers and your sprinkler design, like that's the other thing that I learned this year. There's something called the sprinkler design. It won't be the same depending on the tenant and what they have in store. So if you're storing fabrics, the sprinkler design has to change. If you're storing
Oh wow.
if you're storing plastic, it has to change.
Interesting.
And if you rotate, let's say you come in and you're selling these and you stay for 2 years and then you come out and then whoever comes in next,
Maybe they want blinds or.
it's different. So you have to change the sprinkler design.
Wow.
It's costs.
I didn't know that.
I also didn't know
one
that.
size fits all.
Yeah.
Sprinkles, you know, like wow.
Because the whole aim of a sprinkler is to contain the fire.
Yes. Until the fire department comes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's new for me.
It's quite an expensive exercise.
Then does the company managing the property have to cover the cost of the sprinkler system, or is it
I was actually thinking
the
about
burden on the new owner or the new tenant?
that. I don't have an answer for that, hey? But I think, I could be wrong, and I should know this. It's bad from my side. I think when changing, I think I remember now. So you have a sprinkler design for the property itself. It's like a blanket that covers everything. And then within the space itself, like your little shop, there's a special design for that shop. So whoever comes in has to pay for the change that has to happen because, so the compliance and so on and so on and so on.
And that's including the sprinkler system.
Yeah.
Okay, I got that. Interesting. Wow.
But now we need to ensure that that compliance is implemented. So the management part of it comes from the like, dude, comply, or
Yeah.
won't give you the space. And compliance is quite expensive. That's the other thing that I discovered because you have to comply with electrical compliance, fire compliance, HVAC. I don't know if that's what it's called, but HVAC compliance.
What is that?
Simplest way I can explain it is the air in your space.
Okay.
So if you are a restaurant, for example, you produce toxins and flare and gases and so on and so on. So the circulation of air has to be different. Supply of fresh air is higher. Extraction of air is higher. So you need to comply based on whatever's going to happen within that space. How many people you're going to have there. She said I forgot the numbers, but I think per head, fresh air supply is like 7 meters cubed per second, something like that, man. But yeah, it's all those things.
Interesting.
Things that have to be paid for.
Yeah, did not know that. This change from construction to property management, like, is it something that you're enjoying?
It is. It's been very interesting for the past 8 to 9 months. I've learned so many new things. They sort of want people with my qualification to be within that space, and I'm starting to understand why. A lot of the things that I've learned are being implemented in the space. So I've had the chance to implement the things that I've learned. It's a very nice feeling to implement something that you've learned. This is why I learned this. So especially like this energy thing, like the solar and so on, like it's been breathtaking, and so I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I've gotten. I'm enjoying it.
Do you see yourself going back to construction, or do you want to stay in this lane, or do you want to maybe progress to something else? You don't know.
I don't know. I do still crave being on site every now and then, but within the space itself, we do have like redevelopment and so on. So there is an opportunity to experience site within an asset when you extending or refurbishing and so on and so on. But I don't know, man. I feel like I'm still young. I'm just trying to get everything in. Whichever direction it comes from, whether it's from property, whether it's from construction, it's from engineering, from energy and so on. I'm just building myself.
Taking it all in.
Yeah.
That's good, man. We're enjoying Cape Town.
I am. I am. Luckily, I haven't felt this thing that people are always complaining about, that Cape Town is expensive.
Yeah, you haven't felt it.
I haven't felt it because of my setup at the moment.
Okay.
But from friends and so on, it is quite expensive. But it's a good city, man. It's well maintained. It's a well-oiled machine. Everything works. I could say to a large extent. I'm enjoying it, man.
Do you see yourself going back after you've built yourself a good career and experience? Do you see yourself going back home?
Back home?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
So it's Cape Town or Cape Town?
Or outside.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2 or 3 months ago I would have said Cape Town or Joburg, but fuck, Joburg is not really moving in a good direction at the moment.
Really, in terms of?
Just the economy of
Okay.
Joburg. It's not performing well. But since I'm in like the property space, I sort of like know these things. But the easiest way I can show you is people are struggling to sell their houses there for the prices that they want, because there's no demand for space. The supply is
There was like an influx of people like during the pandemic.
It's
coming from
still happening
those
now.
areas to Cape Town.
It's happening right now. I read an article like 5 or 6 months back saying that the Western Cape is expecting around 300 or 400,000 people to come in. 300 or 400,000 jobs to be created, and that means that people are going to come.
But why are they coming here? Do you know? Do you ever have an idea? Why are they deciding to just...
It's a combination of things. So the people that can afford to come here because of better service delivery, because things are working. You don't want to stress about my garbage not being collected, leaks or sewers not being maintained and so on. You just want peace of mind, and peace of mind comes with good service delivery.
Okay.
And then there's this shift in business that's coming to Cape Town, like all these big tech companies. I could be wrong, I could be corrected here, but when they're coming into South Africa at the moment, they are setting up headquarters in Cape Town, as opposed to setting them up where it used to be.
Yes.
It used to be the case.
Yes.
So, like, I think Amazon I think their headquarters are going to be here.
Oh, wow.
If I'm correct. So there's that.
Wow.
So job creation. So that whole cycle is flowing at the moment in Cape Town.
The problem with that is, is Cape Town designed to handle that many people?
It's not. Infrastructure is going to collapse unless the government municipalities...
Because we're already feeling those numbers.
What's going to happen, and I was thinking about this like 2 or 3 weeks back, is it's going to expand outside of Cape Town. Other companies are going to start, maybe they're going to locate themselves in like a Paarl or...
And Paul's got space for days.
Or even the Kills River, it's going to expand outside. It's not going to be just a Cape Town thing. It's going to be a Western Cape thing. Yeah. But Cape Town itself, it's under pressure at the moment in terms of the infrastructure.
Been for a while already.
The sewage, the roads. I mean, easiest way to see it is traffic.
Yeah, big time. Big time. Yeah, bro. But my man, thank you so much for coming to these streets.
Thank you for inviting
It was
me.
a very interesting conversation. I've learned a tremendous amount from you, and I hope people out there also learn a few things. But yeah, man, it was very insightful.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Do you want people to find you in the social media
Nope.
streets or not? Okay.
No.
So you can't find him. He's untraceable. Well, thank you so much, man.
Appreciate
I wish
it.
you all the best in your career and whichever new direction you decide in the near or distant future. And yeah, man, I hope you enjoy the city. Yeah, all
Thanks,
the best,
man.
man.
What you doing out in these streets, slave rule? What you doing out in these streets? What you doing out? What you doing out? What you doing out in these streets? What you doing out in these streets, slave rule? We in these streets.